Hey guys, Aaron here. Today is the day. I'm finally turning off my Vivint system for good. I'm going to install the Eufy Video Doorbell, the wired one, because I don't want to deal with batteries. So, I bought some tools over the weekend. Was going to plan to do it. Life got in the way, but today's it, and let's get started. All right, we're in this together. Here's the box, wrapping's off. This isn't going to be a big review of this whole thing. This is the one I decided on. It's going to do what I need. Basically, it's a video doorbell like any other video doorbell. It's wired. Fun fact. Made in Burma. Myanmar. Who knew? Capitalism. Making the world better. Anyway, I'm going to open this baby up. Okay. Struggle with the box. Here you go. Top's off. It's trying to say the rest of their stuff and telling you where a doorbell goes. So evidently doorbell goes on your front door. Baby cameras go here. I don't know. I'm planning to add more of the other Eufy stuff if this guy seems to work out, but right now this is what I want to tackle. Quick start. Template, sticker to keep the bad guys away, if I'm happy or not. All right, it's in a quick start. All right, basic IKEA looking installation instructions. Well, there's the doorbell. Okay, doorbell, camera, button, here's the actual chime. And it's got different connectors for different regions of the world. So the plates for mounting. I think this is the like 90-degree thing. You can move it so it faces different directions in your doorway. Okay, evidently that was step 7, so that might be important. Okay, step 8. Oh, this really is like IKEA. Step 3. Never installed the Eufy. I've never opened this box. This is, we're in this together. Read the instructions at this point. Alright. I already saw what was in the box. I already know this goes on the front door. And give me a minute, I'm going to go install this app. App's installed. Trust me, wasn't much to see. It gave me more instructions. I've ignored those about as much as I'm going to ignore the ones in the box. And I've got my tools ready that I hope are what I need. Now I got to go unplug the Vivint doorbell so there's no power to it. And we'll get out there and start pulling that thing off the wall, and it'll be the beginning of the end. All right, let's do it. But first, coffee. All right, so coffee. Figured I'd take this time to talk about why I got Vivint and why I'm getting rid of Vivint. About 3 years ago, I guess exactly 3 years ago, because my contract just ended, we had a bunch of car break-ins in my neighborhood. A couple of guys came through the neighborhood 3 o'clock in the morning, checking every car throughout the neighborhood and driveways, seeing whose cars were left unlocked, and stealing whatever they could out of the cars. Well, luckily they got caught, so I woke up that next morning really early to police pounding on my door, asking if anything got stolen out of our cars, and sure was, because there was my wife's wallet laying in the front yard. Luckily all of her stuff got returned, her credit cards, her driver's license. The guys went to jail, the whole thing. It was good. Good ending. Fast forward about a week, here comes the Vivint rep knocking on doors, selling security systems, and all of us going, yeah, well, we just had our cars broken into. It'd be cool to have cameras outside and doorbell cameras and alarm systems and all this. So we signed up and we used it, and it was fine. It was really expensive, but it was fine. Did what it needed to do, really introduced me to home automation in an easy way. So So I, used it. And as I started traveling more, it helped with, seeing if the kids were ready for school or if a package got delivered, things like that. But over time, I realized just how laggy it was. People would ring the doorbell and it wouldn't register right away. And things like the announcement that the door was left open, that just stopped working. I don't even know when, a couple of years ago. Anyway, just for the price, it wasn't perfect. I think home automation, cameras, all this stuff, they're progressing so much so quickly that to stick with the system for 3 years just doesn't make sense. So it also doesn't make sense to pay that amount of money every month when I'm not doing things like turning on the alarm. Just use it basically for the doorbell camera, the internal cameras, and to tell me when doors are left open, which stopped working. Alright, skipping a few steps from the Eufy instructions because Vivint kind of handled it when they installed their doorbell over my existing hardwired regular doorbell that came at my house. Under here, there's evidently a T5 Torx screw holding this thing on the wall. Found that out from a message board, somebody asking how to get this off, and they tried hitting it with a hammer. It's on there pretty well, which, it's probably the best installation of all of the Vivint pieces that they did. This part's good, as you saw with the wiring. I don't know, not the greatest. You can tell it wasn't their house and they didn't care. But anyway, got this T5 Torx screwdriver. I'm gonna try to pull this off. Yeah, got it. So now this should just come off in theory. Yeah, there it is. And there's the inside of it. So that's all it took to get the doorbell off. Now it looks like one screw because they decided they didn't need one here, I guess. I don't know. This is kind of sketchy, but 2 wires, 1 screw, should pop right off. And as you can see, the screws are pretty small. So glad I bought this kit with all kinds of different tiny little screwdriver bits, and looks like this one will fit. And now, I don't know, is this glued on or what, but it is pretty stuck. Try to pry it off. Yep, some kind of glue back there, it feels like. Sure is. There it is. Doorbell's off. Now that's off. I'm getting ready to put the Eufy doorbell on. We're going to talk a little bit about travel, since that's really what this is all about. I do this home automation to help when I'm traveling, to help parent while I'm not here. So if you travel for work, if you travel for fun, if you travel without your spouse, home automation is a good way to kind of help from a distance. You're not there. Got the Eufy parts out here. That's the plate. That's the same as this thing I just took off the Vivint one. So, this guy is going to go right on there. Wires inside of it will line up right to the hole where the Vivint guy used. And this hole down here, I don't think you can see it, doesn't light up to anything, which is probably why they didn't put 2 screws in it. So I'm going to just use the screw they used and put it right in there. And pretty good. Looks level enough. I don't know. I'm not really a perfectionist when it comes to this. You might be. I don't really feel like drilling in my brick right now either, but do do what you got to do. I'm going to leave it like that and see what happens. Now, this is going to mount on there. Those two screws are going to take those two wires, but as you can see, it's not long enough. But we are in luck. Step 8 is extensions that you can mount on the back of the doorbell, wire nut it to the wires that are coming out of the wall. Evidently it's all going to fit in there. Don't really know how these thick wire nuts are going to fit behind this and that plate, but you know, we'll see. I screwed that onto there, and then it was too hard to do that with one hand, so all I did was wire nutted these wires from the Eufy to the existing wires coming out of the wall, and now I got to figure out how to get these to all fit between here and this plate when I put it together. All right, fun fact: if you want to put the little wedge on to give it the angle, you need to do that before you do all the other stuff I just showed you. So I took it back apart, I unwired it, put the wedge on, mounted it back to the wall, did the wire nuts again. I didn't show you it because I was cussing it out the entire time, and I didn't think you wanted to hear me go through that rant. It was stupid of me. I should have read the instructions, but I didn't. Here's another good piece of advice here, is the little metal tool, which I don't have out here now. That thing pokes up underneath here. It's the only way to get this back off. Right now it's secured to this plate. You put that little tool in there, it kind of looks like a SIM card tool for your phone. Push that in, this will pop off and then you take it off. Some kind of don't steal my doorbell feature. All right, will the Vivint cord work for my Eufy? Well, lights on, something's happening. So the instructions say to wait for the doorbell ring to flash yellow. Mine is still red. And a quick little research on the old Googles tells me that that means the voltage is too low. So I think the transformer from the Vivint doorbell is not going to work, and I'm going to need to go get a transformer. I took the Vivint plug off the wall, brought it down. Looking at it, the output is 12 volts, 2.5 amps. And I believe what the Eufy needs is something like 16 to 24 volts. This transformer severely underpowered for the Eufy. If you have a Vivint system, go find this thing, pull it out, throw it away, and go rewire your house back up, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically rewire the chime that they disconnected and follow the Eufy instructions about how to bypass the chime and do it the Eufy way. Hopefully the doorbell transformer that was built in my house is the right voltage for the Eufy. We'll find out. Well, here's the deal. When Vivint installed this, ran it out through my wall with a horribly drilled hole to plug it into the wall, they cut everything from the original transformer that was built with my house. They took it all out of here, but they just cut it off because they couldn't get that screw off, because the home builder, when they built his house, spackled over the transformer, so that screw can't move. I can't turn it, nothing we can do about it. So, going to plan C, I guess, and that is to buy a new wall wart transformer that does the 16 to 24 volt AC, and do what Vivint did with this horrible hole drilled through my wall up into here. The rest of the wiring will work with the Vivint-esque stupidity. So now it's off to Amazon to order that, and maybe tomorrow will be the day. So Amazon came through. 24 hours later, I've got another wall wart, supposed to be the right voltage. According to the description on Amazon, this should fit exactly the Eufy doorbell and the ring and nest and some other ones. I don't know yet, so I'm not even going to tell you what this is, because if it doesn't work out, I don't even want to say it out loud. If it is, I'll link it down below. So let's open this up, see what it looks like. Cool. All right. This is it. Says here output 18 volt AC, so I'm hoping it'll work. According to what I read on Eufy's site, you need 16 to 24 volts AC, so technically this should work, I guess. We're gonna find out. Anyway, this one is unlike the Vivint one that has the screw-in ones. This is hardwired to itself, so I'm gonna have to remove that wire that Vivint put in and run this through their really horribly drilled hole. So to recap, the Vivint drops down your 100 volt down to 12 volt, but it's actually DC. And Eufy doorbells need AC power. So again, take your Vivint one, throw it away. It's crap. Let's see if this Chinese thing works. Okay. I wired in my Chinese no-name adapter, ran it through the wall where Vivint had made. You reuse the wire nuts that Vivint left, threw their crap away, and I'll plug this in. Let's go outside and see if it worked. All right, success. You got the yellow glowing ring we were looking for. After struggling to connect through the app, I realized the Bluetooth on my phone is kind of messed up, so stole my wife's phone, installed the app. Success. Biggest struggle I had was figuring out how to enable Flash on Chrome, because Eufy Online requires Flash. Figured out how to get Flash running, and there is my front door. A little kind of fish-eyed, but it's got a really good field of view there. A little bit concerned with that bright light coming through, but we'll see what it looks like when it's not, the sun isn't going down, it's not directly through my entryway. Got the Eufy installed, Vivint out of here. Seems to be working pretty well. Now when I'm traveling, which is coming up here pretty soon, a couple of weeks I think, next time I'm on a plane. Now I know who's coming and going. I can alert my kids, I can tell them not to answer the door, I can scare people off, I can record who was there. You know, all the cool things you can do with a video doorbell. So we're back in business.